Welcome everybody. This is Marcel Ernie with Ernie Racing News at the Canadian Journalist. Here we have, what is it now? February 7th, 2025. BC Conservatives call on EB to fire Dr. Bonnie Henry. That little tyrant woman, Dr. Bonnie Henry, launched inquiry after leaked documents confirm the safe supply drugs are being trafficked. David Eby must immediately stop his taxpayer-funded drug trafficking, Sturko said. Let's get into the article, guys. We've all been thinking this for years. Although safe supply has increased crime, it has increased drug use, it has increased drug death, it has increased garbage, it has increased homeless, it has done everything what they wanted, all bad, and they say it's for the good. Oh, such a piss off. Here we go. The BC Conservatives have called on David Eby to take action following revelations that a significant amount of safe supply drugs doled out since 2022 have not been consumed by their intended recipients. Surrey South MLA and Solicitor General and Public Safety critic Eleanor Sturko asked the Premier to fire Provincial Health Officer Dr. Bonnie Henry and launch a public inquiry. A leaked Ministry of Health audit presentation showed that many drugs were instead being trafficked, not just across British Columbia, but throughout Canada and internationally as well. According to the document obtained by the BC Conservative Caucus, pharmacists and doctors prescribed 22,418,000 doses of opioids to around 5,000 patients in the province. That's an average of 4,483 per person. Yeah. Hydromorphine accounted for 90%, while fentanyl, oxycodone, and dextroamphetamine sulfate and morphine sulfate came in at 13, 7, 2, and 1%, respectively. A significant portion of the drugs in question were, quote, not being consumed by their intended recipients, end quote. Instead, prescribed alternatives are trafficked provincially, nationally, and internationally. Also included in the slides were allegations that dozens of pharmacies were offering incentives to patients to get their fix there and exploiting a pharmacare loophole to bill up to $11,000 per patient per year, and that a number of community housing employees were promoting certain dispensaries to their tenants. In a statement to the Vancouver Sun, they're tenants, they're drug user tenants. Here, make sure you go get your drugs here. In a statement to the Vancouver Sun, Health Minister Josie Osborne confirmed that the ministry was aware of the allegations. There's absolutely no denial of it, she said. Quote, there's no diminishing of it and there should be no acceptance of it. That's why we're taking the action we are, quote, end quote. Upon learning of the situation, the BC Conservatives released a statement demanding the government act. Quote, British Columbia was signaled out as a source of illegal opioid trafficking by the American president, end quote, Sturko said. Quote, Canada now has a 30-day reprieve from the U.S. tariffs to address border security and drug trafficking. David Eby must immediately stop his taxpayer-funded drug trafficking that is fueling fentanyl use, killing people and enriching organized crime, end quote. She went on to argue that, quote, there is now no doubt that the NDP government is responsible for fueling addiction, deaths, enriching organized crime, and facilitating international drug trafficking, end quote. Bam! Both Sturko and BC Conservative leader John Rustad took to aim at Henry, with the latter noting that, quote, while opposition members were raising concerns about diverted safe supply, Bonnie Henry was calling for its expansion, for drugs like fentanyl, crack cocaine, and meth to be legalized and sold in retail stores. And there you have it, guys. Welcome to my world. I'm from Kelowna, BC. I got attacked by 4 meth head, fentanyl users / homeless, violent criminals that robbed me and beat me, tried to steal my one wheel. They stole my phone and they wanted to hurt me. And that's all they care about. They have their brain is insane, just coming at me, throwing punches, and then eventually I'm running and I get knocked down by another person, and then all 4 of them are kicking and punching me. Luckily I was wearing my bicycle helmet, which took a bunch of the kicks to the head, And I've been robbed 6 times in the last 2 or 3 years. Let me see, generator, or attempted robbery. Like they attempted to rob, but I was in the camper and I opened the door and go after them. So once on my Yamaha generator, once on my Honda generator, once on my e-bike from Costco, and they couldn't get the e-bike because they're so stupid that they don't even see the lock until they get the e-bike like hanging off of nothing. Then they steal the stuff off of the e-bike, the light off the e-bike, you know, your phone holder. Oh, my dirt bike. They tried to steal my dirt bike, or just wanted the giant loop luggage on the dirt bike, and they wanted the straps on the dirt bike. What is that, 5? And then another time, stole a flashlight out of my luggage bag on the dirt bike in Penticton. 7, they stole my this fentanyl drug addict stole my sandals at the back of the camper at the city, one of the parks in Kelowna, and I actually got on my one wheel and found him and pushed his bike over and got my sandals back, and he just goes crazy, of course. Yeah, a couple other instances, you know, but that's a lot. That's a lot, guys. Imagine all the ones that we don't know about, right? Any racing news, guys, Canadian Drills. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. I'll try to do a little more news as time goes on here. I'm just traveling right now in California. And, yeah, cheers.